Well, joining me to discuss all of this is Olivier Guita, the Managing Director of Global Strat, which is an international security and risk consultancy firm. Thank you very much for coming in to speak to us.
My pleasure.
So Ukraine claims to have foiled a series of terrorist attacks in France, but no word yet from the French, no definitive response on who this man was, what he might have been planning, or even whether there will be a terrorism investigation.
Exactly, and that's what's puzzling about the whole story is that the Ukrainian didn't reach out to the French when they arrested this man on the 21st of May, 2 weeks ago, which they should have done to get information about him, his whereabouts, and if he had accomplices. That's number one. Second, the French believe that it's, as you said, not linked to terrorism, but rather to weapons trading and smuggling that usually goes from Eastern Europe into the West, which doesn't mean that those weapons could not be sold to terrorists. But in any case, it seems a little puzzling that this man by himself could have organized 15 attacks during the Euro Championship.
Yes, it's a pretty extensive plot that the Ukrainians are claiming to have prevented here. And as you say, weapons, you never know whose hands they could end up in. But the details that we do know about this individual, a little bit sketchy at this point, but from what we do know of his profile, would he be the typical sort of person to be involved in this type of organized crime?
Not really. I mean, the point is that he was not on the radar of French security services, which usually have a good handle on French far-right extremist groups. That's one thing. The second, it looked a little sketchy as well, the fact that he was arrested and yesterday, when the news broke out, the main targets were mosques and synagogues. And today, all of a sudden, the targets are now 15 euro games.
Even if this sting operation and the arrest of this man is dubious, I suppose it does highlight the security threat in France, a country which remains on high alert ahead of a very big tournament.
Very much so. I mean, the fact of the matter that we know that the Paris-Brussels cell had plans to bomb the Euro before they were arrested or killed is really meaningful. As well, one other point is that usually jihadist groups always try to reheat a target that they couldn't get the first time around. And they tried with the Stade de France in November, they didn't succeed. So obviously that would be a big coup for them to attack the Euro.
Thank you very much, Olivier Guita. Appreciate your analysis.